Let's talk about 5 mistakes you might be making that could be causing you to look older than you really are. Hi ladies, and welcome to today's video. I'm so glad you're here. We've got a great video in store for you. I'm going to be sharing 5 different mistakes that sometimes we older gals make that actually cause us to look older than we really are. And we don't want to do that, right? Look, I'm 56, and so I know that as we get older, it's hard sometimes to look as young as we feel on the inside. By the way, if this is your first time to come to one of my videos, I want to give you a warm welcome. My name is Kay. I blog at dressformyday.com. I'm also a writer and a speaker, a wife, and a mom of grown kids. I enjoy encouraging and inspiring women just like you and me simply to get dressed for our unique days so that we can be our very best. I believe all of us are influencers, and if we're going to be influential in our sphere of influence, then we need to get dressed and present our best selves. To that effect, let's talk about those 5 mistakes that we've probably all made at one time or another, and we need to stop it. Now look, there's no need for guilt or shame. I've made these mistakes before myself, and sometimes we get into ruts and we have to try to kind of catch ourselves. We just kind of get going in a pattern, and before we know it, maybe we are making one of these 5 mistakes. But you know what? Most of these, in fact, I think all 5 of these mistakes are things that we could rectify this very week. Maybe with an appointment or a little bit of effort or cleaning out our closet a little bit. Let me get started and you'll see what I mean. The first mistake that I think so many of us make is over-styling our hair. The truth is that the less styled our hair is, the more natural it looks, the younger we will look. So, you know what, most of us, I grew up, I graduated from high school in '82, so you do the math. Those were the years of the big hair. In fact, when I was growing up, my dad was a principal and he was in charge of a vocational department at a high school. And so I got my hair done at this vocational cosmetology department. And they did all the perms and all the coloring and all those sorts of things. And so you talk about big, poofy, styled hair, I had it. I bet some of you also did hot rollers and all those things. And you know what, there's nothing wrong with styling our hair. I mean, I use a curling wand or a straightener, a flat iron sometimes if I need to. But we want to create a look that is soft and natural looking, maybe something that frames your face nicely. The more relaxed your hair, the more just softer, and it can be straight and sleek. I used to wear mine that way. Now I've kind of gone with my waves, but it doesn't have to be like, wavy. It's just that you want it to be more relaxed, and then you'll actually look more youthful. The second mistake that sometimes we older gals make is simply trying too hard. Now, it may not be that we're actually trying too hard, but we come across looking like we're trying too hard. You know what that looks like, right? There's just something about, you can see a look and you can think to yourself, wow, something just looks like it's just too much. There's just too much going on. And that's generally what translates as trying too hard. There's just too much. Maybe there's too much skin showing. Maybe there's too much accessorizing going on. Maybe there's too much color. There's just too much going on. Maybe there's just too many things going on in that one outfit. Let me give you a little tip. The reason that an accessorized outfit looks good and pulled together is because it does translate to the eye that some effort was made. And effort translates as chic and pulled together and polished. But when there are too many things going on in one outfit, it looks like we've tried too hard, too much. And that translates as frumpy and old. If we want to look more youthful, then we do want to accessorize. We do maybe want to even show a little skin. Maybe we do want to have some color, by all means, but we just need to think minimal. The older we get, the more we need to kind of pare down our looks. and will actually look younger. The third mistake that women sometimes make as we get older is trying to look young. When we try to look young, we actually end up looking kind of clownish or silly sometimes. And it translates as inauthentic. It's like it's not adding up, because the truth is you look your age. I mean, that's just the truth. Our eyes, our color of our eyes change, our skin changes, our hair changes, the skin on our hands change, our nails change, our teeth change. Everything changes as we get older. And if we try to look like we're, I don't know, 17 or 27 or 32, then it doesn't add up. And when it doesn't add up, we just look older than we even are. Well, what's the solution though? Because we don't want to look ancient, right? The solution is, instead of aiming for young, aim for modern. Does that make sense? So when you're shopping or when you're putting together your outfits, don't think, does this look young? Think, does it look modern? In other words, don't try to wear everything that your 20-something-year-old daughter wears. Don't shop in the same stores that she even shops in, probably for the most part. And certainly don't necessarily pick up the same things that she would wear or wear them the same way. The truth is, we're not 20-something. And we'll do a whole lot better if we aim for modern instead of young. How do you aim for modern? You simply add some modern jewelry. What's modern right now is dainty jewelry. Pieces that maybe look authentic. They don't have to be authentic, but they just look fine and youthful. Another thing that would make your look modern would be to add some modern touches, like what's trending, like animal prints, or what color is trending this season, to wear some of that. Maybe to wear a youthful, modern, contemporary sneaker or belt or sunglasses. So add those modern touches instead of shopping in the junior department. The fourth mistake that women sometimes make as we get older, though, is not trying at all. And ladies, there's no room for that either. And what do I mean by not trying at all? It means you've just kind of hung up the towel. You're just living in the same wardrobe that you've had for the last 5 or 10 years. Maybe you don't bother to accessorize, or you don't bother to do your hair or add any makeup or jewelry. When we don't try at all, we're going to end up looking even older than we really are. We do need to put in a little effort. Like I said, that effort translates as pulled together and chic, and that is what we want. So my encouragement to you, if you realize that that is you, is simply maybe ask someone to give you a lesson in makeup. You could go to the makeup counter at your local department store, or you could ask a Mary Kay lady to give you a makeup lesson. Buy a little bit of makeup, maybe get your hair done a different way, add some jewelry to an outfit, add a belt or a third piece like a cardigan or a blazer, get some sneakers that have a more modern look to them. Put in a little effort. You know what? I love wearing a classic wardrobe, a very classic style. But I have found that a lot of us ladies our age, 50s and above, we do love classic clothing. We like to shop in places like Talbot's and Ann Taylor, those places where we can get classic clothing. But what I've found is if you'll add just a few modern touches to that classic clothing, you'll look a lot more youthful. And finally, the fifth mistake that sometimes women our age make is we wear frumpy shoes. I'm sorry if I just stepped on your toes, but look, I know that some of us have feet issues. Honestly, I'm blessed. I've not had any feet issues yet, but I do. Many of my girlfriends, I know they have feet issues, and I get it. I know some of you need arch support. Some of you don't need any arch support. Some of you need room in the toe box for your toes. Some of you need things that are no high heels. You only want flatter shoes. I get it. I understand. But here's the good news. There are plenty of shoe brands these days that make beautiful shoes that are also orthotic, or they are constructed in a way that helps your feet to stay comfortable, keeps your back comfortable and healthy, keeps your legs and your hips comfortable and healthy. There are brands like Echo and Tiva and Sperry and Vionic. Brands like Naturalizer and Paul Green. There are plenty of them. I could go on and on. My Eileen Fisher wedge sandals, they actually have about a 1 or 1.5 inch heel on them, but I could walk for hours in them. They're stylish, but they're also very beautiful, and but they fit my feet well and they keep my feet comfortable. The truth is, we only need like 4 different kinds of shoes. Guess what they are? We need a good, trendy, contemporary looking sneaker. We need some attractive flats of some sort, like it could be a ballet flat, or it could be a loafer. We need some kind of a dressy shoe. Kitten heels are really in right now. And then for spring and summer, maybe a sandal, or for fall and winter, a boot or a bootie. You really only need 4 pairs of shoes if you buy the right ones. And so you can spend a little bit more on those good brands that also create beautiful shoes that keep your feet healthy. There you go, the 5 mistakes that you could be making that might be making you look older. Overstyling your hair, trying too hard, trying to look young, not trying at all, or wearing frumpy shoes. If you're doing any of those, there is hope. You can make those changes this week and you might be looking younger right away. Let me know if any of those resonate with you. Just give me a little hands up if you're guilty. I know I've been guilty of some of them in the past too. And it takes work, doesn't it, to grow old gracefully. But that's the goal, ladies, is simply to grow older gracefully and beautifully. And you know what? I think you're doing a great job. You hang in there. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. That really helps my channel. It also helps me when you leave a comment. So just say hi or let me know if you have a question or a comment about anything I've shared today. I have in the description box, I'll have links to the things that I'm wearing and things that I've shared today. I also have a link to my website. I hope you'll check me out there and subscribe to my newsletter. I would love it if you did that. Oh, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. That helps me out so much, and it's completely free. You'll simply get a notice every time that I upload a new video if you want it, if you ring that bell, and that way you can join me here again next week. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies. I'll see you again really soon. Bye now. I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the game. Said you know I always bring it up finer than the wine, and the clock is always